What is the work of a tribunal secretary? To start with, the tribunal secretary's scope of work is limited by any relevant party agreement. This aside, it is generally the case that the tribunal secretary's work covers three main areas. First, routine tasks. This refers to tasks such as organization of case holders, drafting of tribunal correspondence and directions, diarizing of procedural steps, assisting in document exchange, and preparation of any notes required for, say, decisions on interim applications or drafting of an award. Second, the second area covered by the tribunal secretary's work is the hearing. This refers to arrangement of logistics for the physical venue or online platform, coordination with service providers such as court reporters and interpreters, timekeeping, management of the hearing bundle, whether this be physical or online, and any other assistance that the tribunal may require in preparation for the hearing. For instance, preparation of case briefs and other documents. Finally, the third area is post-hearing logistics. This refers to note-taking and document management during deliberations, drafting of certain parts of the award, and proofreading of the award, as well as, if it's an institutional arbitration, communicating with the institution to finalize and render the award, including, of course, as to scrutiny, if there is any. So these are the three main areas of a tribunal secretary's work. Now, why then work as tribunal secretary? There are several benefits, of course, to working as tribunal secretary, but these tend to become more apparent only beyond the critical mass of cases. I will speak first about these in general terms, before explaining concretely how they translate into a competitive advantage in the course of one's career. Firstly, mentorship. This is almost the inevitable consequence of the nature of the relationship between the arbitrator on the one hand and the tribunal secretary on the other. This relationship tends to be more personal than in other legal environments by virtue of it being inherently one-to-one. Second, greater exposure and recognition vis-à-vis industry players. This is so because for each case, there will be at least a few members of council, but only one tribunal secretary. So again, it is almost impossible not to be visible in that sense. Third, being tribunal secretary gives you access to more cases of a higher value and everything this entails, such as quality advocacy. I say this because arbitrators who require tribunal secretary assistance tend already to be attracting high-value cases, especially those who work as arbitrator on a full-time basis. And all this means that, in some sense, you gain access to certain things that would normally be beyond your reach, as well as experience that would otherwise take years to accumulate. So these are the three main benefits of working as tribunal secretary. And how then do these help to develop your career, concretely speaking? Well, upon return to private practice, if you wish to return to private practice, you will have learned how arbitrators think and make decisions by witnessing the process firsthand and close up. This awareness will feed into how you draft your submissions. Next, having witnessed a wide range of legal and advocacy styles not normally accessible to you, you will have acquired related skills at an accelerated pace. These, I imagine, are reasons why judicial law clerks in the United States, justices law clerks in Singapore, and judicial assistants at the UK Supreme Court and Judicial Court of the Privy Council. These are the reasons why such roles are much coveted after. Now, what if you don't wish to return to private practice? Well, your work could pave the way to becoming arbitrator. You learn how arbitrators manage cases and make decisions, and the experience is in fact an extended apprenticeship of sorts. Again, this is actually a phenomenon that happens in the framework of national courts. Say, for example, with judicial secretaries in mainland China, what they term 书记员, and to a lesser extent, juristes assistants, judicial assistants, as they call it, in France. In summary, serving as tribunal secretary is definitely a valuable experience, as the role gives you the opportunity to access insight that you would not otherwise have typically. To the extent that comparisons may be drawn between this role and the role of judges, clerks, or assistants, it is interesting to note that in certain jurisdictions, for instance, say in Germany, one cannot become qualified as a lawyer unless one has completed a judicial clerkship. And the key distinction between the two, that is to say, between a judicial clerk and a tribunal secretary, may be that the nature of arbitral tribunals is such that they tend not to form part of a systematized whole, that is to say, the judiciary. But this simply means that the field is open for you to choose which arbitrator or which arbitrators you wish to work for. And by corollary, the type of cases you want to be exposed to, given that different arbitrators attract different kinds of cases to their dockets. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the key message, namely that it is really up to you to determine how being a tribunal secretary will add value to your professional profile and give you a competitive edge in your career in the years to come.